I want to just go back to the basics. How often should I be going to my gynecologist?
So I am going to say every year.
Okay.
Every year. And you know, the thing is there's all of this discussion out there of how often should you get pap smears and how often should you get exams and how often should, but you know, the number of things that happen at a well woman exam, you know, whether it's getting your exam, making sure your health screening's up to date, making sure your medications are up to date, your vaccinations, all of those things, you know, it really is. I always say, think of it just like you think of your physical exam. We tell you to go to your primary care every year for just a general health screening physical. Women are the same. And the reason some primary care doctors can do it all, right? There's some out there that really have a passion for women's health and will do some of those things. Most of them don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. And so, you know, most women end up having their primary care, and then they have, you know, a gynecologist or another women's health provider to be doing kind of their general well woman.
And there's also, you know, there are screening guidelines for when to start mammograms, and there's different medical bodies that some might say start at 50, some say start at 40. So having a gynecologist to talk through the pros and cons of when to start those, or looking through your family history, maybe you need to start them sooner. And we are the ones that will look, and we aren't afraid to look. You know, we want to do an exam every year because you want to catch something early when you can.
Right. And I think we're also the ones that will ask the questions.
Yeah.
I mean, the number of times that you're like, hey, do you have this or this or this? Because most other, even physicians, these topics make them uncomfortable, right? People don't want to talk about vaginas, they don't want to talk about sex, they don't want to, they don't want to talk about it.
Right.
And so, you know, it's all I do all day long. So I have no problem asking you about, you know, your vaginal health, your sex life, or this, that, and the other's bothering you. And then just to have somebody to say, oh my gosh, yeah, that is bothering me, but I didn't know, I thought it was normal, or I didn't know who to talk to about it, or I didn't feel comfortable talking to you about it or anybody about it. So I think that's just a good, another reason to come in and be seen.